Hello everyone, welcome to the ConnectSoft Infotech YouTube channel. Still, if you not subscribe our channel, so please subscribe and also press the bell icon to get the latest updates. Okay, so in this our next pattern program, we are going to see how to print this pattern. So that is a right angle triangle pattern, but in the descending order, the digits in the descending order. Suppose if you enter n is equal to 5, I want to print the pattern in the right angle triangle but in the descending uh, order of the digits. Suppose if you enter the 5, so I want the output 5, then 5 4, then in the third row 5 4 3, 5 4 3 2, and in the last one I required 5 4 3 2 1. So it's a right angle triangle of digits with a descending order. Similarly with alphabets also, if you enter the n is equal to 5, so I want to print here the alphabets in descending order. Like if you enter the 5, so first IE want to I print, then next one is the ED, next one is the EDC, in the next row that is I want to print here EDCB, and in the last row that will be print as a EDCBA. Okay, this is our requirement. So in every row, so the number is get descending, means here alphabets are descending. Okay, so now how we can print this one? So let us see. Okay, let's take here int, one variable. Okay, number of for the number of rows. Okay, so do the typecasting. Now can write here, enter the number of rows, enter the number of rows. Okay, yeah. Now so logic. Okay, so if n is equal to 5, so what we required in the first row, the 5 is 1, then in the next row 5 and 4, so that is descending by 1. Okay, now in the next row that required a 4 and 5 4 3, 5 4 3 2. Okay, next 5 4 3 2 and 1. Okay, so observe carefully in the every row, so symbols are change, where we're getting the same changing symbols. Okay, so symbols are not same. Okay, in this every row they are different, so we must go for the 2 for loop. Okay, so we must need to go for the 2 for loop. So here for I in a range, okay, so that is outer for loop, we can say the row. Okay, I is for the row and j we can take for the column. Now so I in a range of, so how we can write here I in a range, suppose can n. Okay, so suppose I is equal to 5, n is equal to 5. If you enter the value of n is equal to 5, so I required I that must be execute how many times? 5 times. So I is equal to 1, then what will the possibility values of then I is equal to 0, I is equal to 1, I is equal to 2, I is equal to 3, I is equal to 4, that is n minus 1. Okay, that is the n minus 1. Okay, n minus 1. Okay, times it will be executed, means if you enter the 5, okay, n minus 1, but I start from the 0. Okay, I going to start from the 0 to n minus 1. Okay, if you enter the 5, so what will be the possible values of I? 0, comma 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, means 5 times this loop will get executed. Now so we require a nested loop. Yes, so for j in a range. Okay, j in a range, j in a range of what? J in a range of what? Okay, so if see, observe carefully here, if I is equal to these are the possibilities of values of I. Now in the first iteration, when I is equal to 0, so then I want here what? J is equal to 0. Okay, only this j is equal to 0 is required, because I is equal to 0, that I is executed in the one times and j must be executed one time. So that's why we will get here the one symbol that is known as one of the symbol, that is what 5. So what we are going to print here? So n need to print here. Okay, so what need to print here? N. Okay, n we want to print. Okay, so but now I am going to write here one expression, that is n only. Okay, so now in the next iteration I is equal to 0, then j I want here j is equal to 0 and j is equal to 1. Okay, two times this will loop will get executed. Which one? J loops we required two times. So I is equal to 0, then j is equal to must be executed at the 0 plus 1. So here j in a range, then what you should have to write here? So that may be, if you written here I is equal to 0, then j I obviously I is already 0, the 0 minus 1, that is a minus 1. That means we must to add here plus 1. Okay, that's it. Because when you write here the n range, okay, in the range of 5, so that is a n minus 1, means it's a 4. Okay, that is going to become a 4. That's why we must have to add 1. Okay, now it is okay. So here when I is equal to 0, then j is equal to 0. So what is going to be print here? Then 5 will be printed. Okay, so now here in this row, so when I is equal to 0, again the j will get executed. Okay, first of all 0, I is equal to 0 plus 1, 1 means 0 times, means 1 times. Okay, then I is equal to going to be 0 0. Okay, I is equal to 0, then j is equal to 0. That's it. Okay, then I is equal to 0, then uh, j is going to be increment. Okay, j is equal to 0 and 1. So now see here, okay, so we miss here something. Okay, yeah, so when I is equal to 1, okay, I is equal to 1, so j will get executed two times. Okay, now it is correct. When I is equal to 0, j will execute only one times. Okay, j is equal to 0, then I is equal to 1, then j is executed two times. Okay, so I is equal to 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2, j in a range of 2. That means what will be the possibility values for j? 0 and 1. Okay, 0 and 1 means two times j will get executed. Now what I want to print in this j? First 5 will be print. Okay, you must have to print a 5. Yes, the 5 is printed. Okay, and next what is going to be print here? 4 must be print. Okay, 4 must be print. So if you want to 4 after that 5, that means what is going to be happen here? That is a n minus, what is that? N minus j. Okay, so which expression you to required in? N minus j. Okay, also in the next row, what is going to be happen? When I is equal to 2, then what are the possibilities values of j? 0, then 1 and 2. That's it. Okay, 0 1 2 means how many times it executing the j? 3 times. So what is the then what is going to be print here? 5 4 3. Okay, first of all n minus j, n minus 0, that is a 5, n minus 1, that is what? 4, n minus j means a 2, 2 means 5 minus 3 means what? 5 minus 2, sorry, 5 minus 2 means what? 3. Okay, exactly we getting this output. Okay, then what will be our expression to write here? N minus j, that is possible or not? Yes, let us check here. Okay, n minus j. Okay, so here we are going to print here. What is going to be print here? N minus j. Okay, n minus j. So how? Str of n minus j, we need in the decrement form. Okay, in comma we required in the one first row, all this required in the row. Okay, so give here and then for after the every row we required a space. Okay, new line, we required a new line after the each and every row, we required a new line. So after this for loop you can use your print statement. Okay, now let us check here. So when I is equal to 0, then j is equal to 0. So what will be our expression to print? Str of n minus j. Okay, so take the value of n is equal to suppose 5. So here what is going to be print? 5. In the first row the 5 will get print, then end. Okay, after the end in the second row. So second row when I is equal to 1, iteration, next iteration, say then I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 1, so two times. Okay, so I is equal to sorry, j is equal to 0 and j is equal to 1. Okay, so when I is equal to 0, sorry, when I is equal to 1, then j is equal to 0. Okay, so j is equal to 0 means what? Str of n minus j. Okay, str of n minus j, that will give you here 5. Okay, then in the next iteration of j, okay, j is get incremented, okay, by 1. So now here the j is equal to 1. So str of n minus j, okay, str of 5 minus j, that is 1. Okay, 5 minus j is a 1, so 5 minus 1, what is that? 4. Okay, so in the next row, what is going, we are getting here 5, 4. Okay, so now in the next iteration, when I is equal to 2, okay, then what are the possibilities value of j's? Okay, so j is equal to 0, j is equal to 1, and j is equal to 2. Okay, yes. So now when I is equal to 2, then j is equal to 0, then str of 5 minus what? J is a 0. What is going to be written? First 5, then 4, then 3. Okay, like this way. So we are getting this output. Yes, perfectly. Let us check now. Okay, it's very easy. Okay, so let us check. Let us execute our program whether it is working or not. Okay, yes. So number of rows, it's 5. Yes, perfectly descending order is printing. Okay, right angle triangle, the digit is in the descending order. Once again you can take another number 3. Yes, perfect, we are getting this value. Perfect. Okay, suppose a 10. Yes, we are getting this perfect value. Okay, so now our next requirement about the alphabets. Okay, about these alphabets. Okay, in this alphabet what we required, suppose n is equal to 5. So here I required first e, then e, okay, then d, right, then e, then d, then what? C. Okay, then E, then D, then C, then B. Okay, then E, D, C, B, and A. Okay, this is our requirement. So we already know about alphabets. We know the ASCII code. Okay, 65 for A. So how we can write the same thing? Okay, just convert into CHR. Okay, the code is almost is here. Okay, simply we need to do small changes, that's it. Okay, we need to do here small changes, chr, and here is the n. Okay, so then what we need to write here, instead of n, chr of what? Okay, so chr of what? 64. Yes, 64 is there, no? Okay, 64 plus n minus j. Okay, 64 plus n minus j. Suppose n is equal to 5, so what is the first letter you required? First alphabet E is required. Okay, na A is required. How it is come the E? 64 plus 5, then minus J. 64 plus 5. Okay, 64 plus 5. How much? Is equal to 69. Okay, then minus J. Initially it's a 0. So 69 we want here. What is a 69? That is E. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so A is what? 65. A is equal to 66. A, C is equal to 67. Okay, D is equal to 68, and A is equal to 69. Okay, perfectly the 69 we are getting now. Yes, perfect. Okay, let us check this one. Okay, whether it is our program is working or not. Okay, let us see 5. What is the problem here? Oh, we missed some spelling. Okay, SHR. Okay, so it's a CHR, not SHR. Okay, character conversions. Okay, so now number of rows is 5. Yes, perfectly we are getting. Okay, then 3. Okay, CB, CBA. Okay, 26. So all these alphabets will get. Okay. Yes, perfectly you are getting. Right angle triangle of alphabets means in the this descending alphabets. Okay,